Hi, this is Barry J. McDonald, and I'd like to welcome you to today's blog post over at writecom.com. And today we've been having a look at fiction writing mistakes, and one of those is characters living in white space. Now, as a beginner to fiction, this is one of the mistakes I made earlier on, and it's just basically just having two characters standing across from each other in the discussion, and they just seem to be living in just white space. There's no props or anything around them. They don't seem to be doing anything other than just talking over and back like a tennis match. And there's not very much going on. But you know yourself that real life isn't like that. Constantly our body posture is constantly changing. We may be scratching our nose, or scratching our head, or playing around with the props maybe in front of us. For example, if you had two characters maybe having an awkward discussion in a coffee shop, even if you didn't know what the awkwardness was about and you were a bystander, you could pick up on the atmosphere that was going on between the two characters and what was happening. To the body language and how they were, playing around with the props. For example, maybe somebody was playing around with the sugar sachet as a distraction from actually looking at the other character in the eyes, or maybe they were playing around with the coffee cup, or then maybe other things of their own body, maybe scratching their head, tapping their foot, and all these things are going on in the background along with this conversation. So what I recommend is or a tip that I'd heard of how to get about this and actually just pay attention to how people, move and interact as they're speaking, is to watch TV or movie with the volume down. And in that way, because you don't know what the characters are actually saying to each other, you have to interpret what they're saying from their body language. And you'll notice the way they've moved around the room, their body posture is constantly changing. They may be playing around with the props and, touching themselves, maybe scratching their nose, or, all these different things are going on along with the language, the conversation aspect. So I recommend, if you find yourself maybe a little weak at that skill of actually writing about characters and, your characters seem to be living in white space, is to pay attention to TV or movies and things like that, or even going to your local coffee shop and kind of sitting far enough away from a couple that you don't actually know what they're talking about, and just pay attention to how they move and, how they interact with each other, and maybe just play around with the props that are beside them or things like that. And you'll soon pick up that skill. But then, having said that, then don't go to the other extreme and think maybe you have to put every little interaction in with your text, because, that's just going to be overkill. And you've given too much your characters, your readers too much detail. They're just going to be bored to death, which is probably worse than actually having your characters living in white space. So that has been today's blog post over at writecom.com. If you'd like to know more about us, or you'd like to pick up our free report, we have a free report at the minute which shows 10 ways to make money from writing. Now, one of these ways is fiction writing, but there are another 9 ways that we provide in the report that have nothing to do with fiction writing at all. And even if you haven't got the skills in place of great fiction writing yet, there are some ways you can make money from your writing. So I recommend you drop over and pick up that report. In fact, one of the ways in the report is actually how to make money without actually writing a single word. So if you'd like to know more about this, come over to writecom.com and pick up our free report. My name's been Brian McDonald, and this has been today's blog post over at writecom.com. Take care. Bye-bye.